Welcome, everybody. Why would we button it all the way up? Why do that? Let's get a little messy here, y'all. Nah, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good at all. Let's put this here. Welcome, everybody, to the Noisy Fox stream, where we free our minds, baby. Hold on. This is not satisfying right here. This is not certified right here. Let's put this one right up here. Boom, right there. Hope all y'all having a good ass day. I'm having a good day. But unfortunately, there has been some unprecedented events that happened today. I don't like that, but you know, that's what life is. But we got a whole lot to talk about. What are we talking about today? You cannot just be normal. Let's talk about some drugs. The way I said that was kind of weird. Let's talk about some drugs. We're going to talk about drug addiction. We're going to talk about drugs in terms of mental health. We're going to talk about how to mitigate that. We're going to talk about discipline. We're going to talk about different ways on how to establish discipline. Flow state. Now, many people who are not aware of that, it's going to be a very special topic that I want to go into, which will help with all your endeavors. And porn. I don't need to say much about porn, but things do need to be said, because some people probably are not going to understand maybe what's wrong with porn. What is wrong with it? And you know, maybe one day I might bring on some people who they can actually professionally talk about the subject. But we need to talk about a whole lot. So I hope you guys are ready. Let me pull up my sleeves. Like Ip Man, Wing Chun, because we getting serious today. You guys like pulling up your sleeves with collared shirts? Like, do you guys like that? I don't like showing out the inside. But usually, like, what I'll do is I'll have like this, like have it rippled. If I'm gonna pull it out, I don't know. Just a little question. First thing I want to say though is, for the people in here, you need to understand that there's a lot of forces out there. There's a lot of different types of attention grabbers. There's a lot of things that don't want to see you win. And one of the biggest things that I want to start saying right now is you need to understand that you are in a race. You're in a race not just for the rat race or success or status. You are in a race of actually becoming someone worthy. If you were to ask the question, what is the purpose of life? What would your answer be? My answer would be the purpose of life is to have children and give your knowledge that you have learned from your days and pass it on to those children to make sure that they have an impact on their world. That's what I think purpose of life it is to have children and make those children be able and have the tools to have an impact on their world and be influential. That's what I think the purpose of life is. So ultimately, it is to pass down what you have learned. But what's the purpose for you? You know, I don't believe that you can achieve that purpose in life if you don't do everything you need for yourself. So this is why I wanted to come onto the channel today and talk about this. So let me start off with a little story. First of all, I hope you guys are having a good day. I really do. I really do. I once had a job. Strange place. I was about to say the place name. It was a strange place. It was a very strange place. There were a lot of people there. Some of them just were not good. They were not good company, as I would say. And with that company, it has made me want to go. The point where I'm going with this is that there are a lot of people around you. You don't know them. You don't know where they are all the time, but they're somewhere. There's someone somewhere doesn't for some reason want you to win. And I know I'm not the only one who goes through this, but sometimes you'll walk into a room and you'll just feel or be able to see and pinpoint, you know, someone just has some sort of malice. Not everybody, but there's someone, and you can tell when you go further and deeper into the relationships with other people, because don't judge a book by its cover, but definitely when you start to talk to someone, you can just tell that there's something with them that is just trying to bring you down. You ever talk to someone who all they want to do is try and bring you down, whether it may be indirect or direct? Those are the types of people I'm talking about, but you don't know who they are personally until you meet them personally. But this is what I'm saying. At this job, there were people who I knew they didn't want me to win. They didn't want me to succeed. They didn't want me to progress. And what they tried to do was indirectly sabotage together. It was very strange. I've never been in a job environment where I had to be sabotaged. It was the most strangest place. But with that experience, that's when I knew someone out there, somewhere, someone doesn't want you to win. You need to get up every day. And this is what I do from now on. I remind myself, someone doesn't want me to win. Someone is wishing on my downfall. Someone is hating. And I use that information. I use that energy and I turn it into positive. Okay, someone doesn't want me to win. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grind 10 times harder. Now, granted, wish is wrong word. I really believe I can do better every day. But here's the thing. This is what I want to go into and how to mitigate it. It's not necessarily the distractions. It's time. And this is what I found is the problem. The fact that there's Netflix and there's other people trying to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. And then there's Chipotle, and then there's freaking your TV over there, and then there's YouTube Shorts. It's not the distractions that are your problem. What is your problem is that you have time to spend with distractions. So it's not necessarily the fact that it exists. It's going to be there. It's there for a reason. But if you have time to spend with those distractions instead of your goal, you need to have goals in life. There was a book called Tao Te Ching, The Book of the Way by Lao Tzu, one of the greatest books I read. One thing I do not agree with it though, is it said, you do not need goals. Now, I've tried this mindset for a while, and I don't believe it worked for me. I don't believe it was the proper framing for me. This is why I say whenever you intake content, whenever you intake information, you must take what reflects yourself, what reflects with your life and what works with your life, because not everything is going to work. Some things are going to work and not everything is going to work. So you need to be able to pinpoint and say, you know what? This is what I want to keep. You don't just believe everything everyone says. You need to implement what people say so that you can see what works for you, because not everything works for you. Not everything does. You need to have goals. And every day, if you are spending time with other things that are not in line with those goals, then what you are going to experience is you are going to have time for things that aren't aligned with your goals. You need to be busy. This is basically what I'm saying. If you are too busy to interact with shorts, YouTube shorts, porn, drugs, if you are too busy, how can you work on that? Think about it. If you're too busy working on, let's say you want to start a record label. If you want to start a record label, every day you should be working towards getting a record label. Every day, every action should be getting a little closer to that record label. If you have time that is during your day to not work on the record label, then what you're going to do is you're going to distract yourself. You need to stay on focus. You need to stay on task. And this is currently what I'm working on. And there are some structures and frameworks that I implemented to help with this, but I want to share it today. So baby, you cannot just be normal. The reason why you cannot be normal, and I'll give you the biggest example for all men. All men can relate to this. I was once in a position where I was at job. There were two females, right? Two females. And I'm not gonna say the names, I'm not gonna say that, but there were two females in this place, and we were at this private school. Great place. Private school, and we were doing our thing. Two females. They were both pretty good looking. There were three guys. And then later two came on, but they left. So there were three guys. Two of those females completely disregarded two of the other guys because they were just normal. They had, you know, the sauce or whatever, but they were just normal. So what ended up happening was two of those females stuck to that one person. Now I'm not going to talk too much about the other guys, the guys, but they were just normal. And what they decided was they decided to stay around that one guy who was not normal, who didn't display normal behavior, who had something abnormal to talk about, who had something abnormal to share, who had some more value. And when you're not normal, it makes you a little more unique. Now, I'm not saying don't be normal just so you can talk to females. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm basically saying is if you are not normal, if you are not like everyone else, then you stand out. And what you need to do is you need to do the unpopular opinion. See, most people will at job, at their break, this is a big example. Most people at their break, they'll go on TikTok, they'll relax. Why? If you have time to relax, then you have time to work on your goals. You have time to do something. You have time to do something. You have time to make a plan. You need to understand that the normal person, while he's on TikTok, while he's on Instagram, he's just there. You need to do what he's not doing, which is working towards a goal. It was this guy, job. And I was in a position where I just told myself, I'm not gonna do what they're doing. What they would do is, and whenever there's downtime, whenever there's no people coming in, they would talk amongst each other. They would go on Instagram, they would go on TikTok, they would just go on their phone and do whatever. So I said, okay, while they're all doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find more work to do at job. I'm gonna find more things to do. I'm gonna find some more people to talk to. I'm going to try and sell more things. So it was more of a learning endeavor because I was learning, you know what? What's there to do? What's there to do? There's gotta be something to do. So I would clean up, I would talk to customers, I would meet people. And from all that experience, what it has taught me was that when you're the only one doing something that not everyone else is doing, when you're the only one who cancels out all that other things while everyone else is doing something else, it's like time kind of speeds up. It's strange. Like when you are doing something, whatever it is that you want to do, when you have a goal, make sure you're going through those goals every day. If you work on it every day and you start seeing other people that aren't doing things, when you start seeing other people that are just average, doing regular things, wasting their time, you'll start to see how fast you move and how slow they are. So it's kind of like a game right now, because right now you're in a game and you have to kind of pass competition, because this world is extremely competitive, especially for men. It's extremely competitive. And if you do not want to agree with that, if you do not want to accept that, then you will be left behind. If you are a man right now, especially if you are a man, you're not forgiven if you're just not doing anything. You're not forgiven. You will be thrown to the side of the road like a piece of bubble gum on the road No one will give a crap. No one will remember. That is the reality. But if you are a female, if you have the attribute of beauty, even if you work at McDonald's, you still will be able to go on a yacht with a billionaire. So it's very different. The point is, as a man, you should grind 10 times harder. You should grind 10 times harder than everyone else. And as a female, if you have a goal, then yes, you can grind. If you have a goal and you want to do more, it's the same thing. You got to still grind than other people. But you may not have to grind hard as much as a man. You won't, especially if you have the beauty attribute, because you can always use sex appeal to get higher. Always. You can always do that. I remember I had so many experiences at job. There was a guy, and there were these two females. One of them was from London. The other one was American. They were friends. The American was really cute. The female from London was cute. Now me, no interest. But the other guy, he had an interest in the American. And this is gonna go back all to the competitive thing. What he wanted to do was he wanted to talk to her. So he was talking to her, chatting her up, blah, 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 blah. You know, doing his job. And I came across, I had another job to do, and I was helping someone. And it came to the point where I didn't say anything. I'm very quiet. I'm a very quiet person. Especially around people. Very quiet. I came around and I didn't say anything, but I had something to do, and it just happened to be around them. So they started talking to me. They started trying to talk to me. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. In my mind, I'm like, whoa, 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 hold on. My man is trying to get with them. But why are they talking to me? Don't do that. Don't do that. So what I had to do, because I understand the spectrum, like if your homie, well, he wasn't my homie, but you know, since I had no interest and I knew he wanted it, I just decided to give it to him. What I do was I downplayed myself in the social hierarchy, giving him top spot so that he's more attractive. There's a ways to do this, but I will go about it in my book. I will talk about so much things in my book. But I actually have a book now. What am I talking about? I have a book right now. Y'all go on Amazon. Actually don't go on Amazon. What y'all need to do right now, or whenever you do it, what you need to do is you need to check out the new book, How to Get What You Want Using Belief by Ivy. I love this book. My copy's coming soon. I can't wait for my copy. It's taking so slow. Like, Amazon's so slow. I don't like slow. But basically what happened was they tried to talk to me and I basically cut out the conversation. So whenever there was something said to me, I just basically like one-lined it so that the attention scale would just go down. It's very complicated, but not complicated once you understand what's going on, so that they would stop talking to me. But then what he tried to do was he tried to alpha up on me, which is a term, so that he could display dominance. So I knew this, and it was in turn to get the girl, but I knew, I didn't really care. So why not let him have it? Turns out, I don't think he did, but he asked me to do something for him. And I said, you know what? Okay, fine. I'll let you have the spotlight. I'll let you have the spotlight because clearly you want to get with them. So I let him do that. But the point is, the competition factor is always there. Someone out there. What actually ended up happening was another guy who was also there got the girl's number that he wanted. Do you see what I'm saying, y'all? There's always a competition. There's always a competition. And the best way to see the competition is looking at who interacts with the female and who the female interacts with. That's the best way. That's the best way to see a lot of the things in terms of competition. If you want to prove that there's competition in every realm of human endeavor in terms of men, just look at women. You'll see it. You'll see it all the time. There's always competition. So that is why you cannot be average. That is just one reason. Again, I'm not saying don't bulk up, don't try and be better just for a woman, because then you'll still be at square one. No, you do it for you. You do it because you want something greater. You have to be working towards something that is going to make you greater. Whatever that is, you have to be working on that. Now, I can't tell anyone what to do. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm only here to give you suggestions based on my own personal experience. Why is it so hot in this planet? Like, it's ridiculous. It's too hot. We need the cold again. I need the winter. I like my polar bear friends. But what we need to understand is that it's extremely competitive. You cannot be average. So today you need to pick up something. If you have the time to watch someone game for 4 hours on Twitch, do you even have the time to go and watch Netflix for hours? You have the time to pick up something. You have the time. You need to start doing something now that makes you a little bit better, and then try and find a way how to move better in the world off of that. One way I could tell you is language. Language makes you 10 times better. Why? Especially in America. Because it's extremely rare. Well, not rare. Kind of rare. Not rare. I'm not sure. I'm not sure the statistic. But how often, if you guys live in America, how often do you see a true American, bred, born, and raised here in America, that speaks another language? How often? They have no Spanish background. They only have an American background. You don't see that often. So right then and there, if you can have an edge by speaking another language, you are already better than the average American. So right then and there, that's a way how to become better. You just need to stack up. And in terms of stacking up value, you become better. That's one thing people need to understand. Because, and usually when I come on these streams, it's mostly directed towards the men, because ultimately I think females will be fine. As long as females keep up the beauty aspect, I think men will always value females. I think they always will. And it does, and you don't have to be gorgeous like, you know, those celebrities or models. I think that you are gorgeous if you really believe it, and you have your own definition of gorgeous that is accepted by society. You know, I will not accept, because a lot of people will for some reason say this, I will not accept that obesity is gorgeous. It is not. Okay? If you are overweight, you are justifying unhealthy habits. How is being unhealthy destroying your body and not establishing some type of framework to be healthier beautiful? How? Don't let someone fool you like that. Being unhealthy and obese is not beautiful, because beauty implies that you love yourself. You love yourself to some degree. You love how you look. You love how people see you. You love how you interact with this world. You love how you are remembered. You love how your kids see you. It's ultimately what fuels me every day. Every day I'm always looking. How will my kids see me today? Will they want to be me? That's the question. Because if they don't want to be me, then I have failed myself. So that's my motivation every single day. Every single day. I craft it out of nowhere. My mic just muted. Sometimes there will be things that hop in your path, like distractions, and they're not the best. You need to fill up your day. If you have the time to work on anything that isn't making you better, this is the distraction, then you have time for it. You need to fill up your time as much as possible with things that only align where you want to be. If it's not where you want to be, then why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? I have a notebook here, and it is my plan to get where I want to be. It's a new planning system, but ultimately it's a goal setting system. And this goal setting system reminds me of what I need to do every single day to make sure I get there. You need to have some frameworks in place. Ask me yourself, is it that I need to do? So, that being said, distractions are a big thing, but there is a big distraction out there that a lot of people love to go into. Why? Well, because it's addictive. Why is it addictive? Too much time. Drugs. Oh. And I will go on a podcast with someone, a group podcast. If you guys don't know, I have gone on. I was a guest appearance on the J Smokers podcast on Spotify. He has 300 followers on his podcast. He talks about a wide variety of things. He has a couple sponsors. I'm going to send a link to the podcast that we did. It was absolutely inspirational. We talked about modern dating, the state of men in terms of being able to get a relationship. We talked about content creation. We talked about money. We talked about following your goals and everything. So this is the man. If you guys would like to go and see that podcast, of course, after we go deep into this one, because we got a whole lot to talk about, y'all. We got a whole lot to talk about. Let me find that link real quick. We were on the J Smokers podcast. So there's a link to that. You guys can go watch it after this, of course. We got to talk about this. Drugs. Now, first, what I want to say is, if you have mental health, if you are on, not mental health, if you have mental health, if you have any mental health issues, this could be depression, this could be just something for your anxiety, this could be something for your depression, chronic depression, this could be something for your anything that's mental, that could be for anything. What you need to see is you need to see the effects of you before and after that. Now, I was depressed at one point, but I did not take no drugs for it. Why would I take a drug for being sad? Really answer that question, y'all. If I'm depressed, I'm most likely having thoughts of not good enough, maybe suicide, maybe, I can't do this, or I'll never get there anywhere, blah, 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 the whole 9 yards. Those are similar to the thoughts I had every single minute. It was horrid. But why would I take a drug for that? Why not just do something about it? So I'm going to tell y'all what I think about drugs. And what you can ask yourself, because you need to ask questions. You see, when it comes to the mind, everything is mind. Your mind is a catalyst to construct everything on your reality. Your mind creates everything on the outside. How? How does it create it? This is a mouse. Only because someone has told your mind, oh my God, those ambulances are so loud. This mouse is only a mouse because someone has told your mind that it is mouse, and it has convinced you. Therefore, this is not a mouse. This is a belief that it is mouse. Your mind is everything. This is a phone. Only because someone has made you believe it is a phone. That is why it becomes a phone. But is it actually a phone? I mean, what is a phone? What is this? What is this? A shirt? I was convinced it was a shirt. They told me it was a shirt. Crazy thing that's gonna blow your mind is I can't put my legs up, or can I? I don't think I can put my legs up. Okay, that because that'll be quite weird. Putting my legs up, right up. Where your Achilles is. Achilles was based off of a Greek god. So, is it actually called the Achilles? No. It's a belief. Everything around you is a product of a belief of your mind that someone else has programmed into your mind. You are being programmed by someone with an outer influence telling you things are things. Telling you this is a phone. This is a mouse. It's the same thing with drugs. If you ever believe someone that you have depression or you have anything like that, any mental health behavior, then that is what you have. It becomes real. First time chat. Yeah, and it's 541. Are you a scientist? No, I am not a scientist. I am a realist. I am a spiritual being. I am Noisy Fox. So I am not a scientist. No, I don't accept that title. But what I am trying to portray to everyone is basically giving you an idea to question what is going on. This is why I go into streams about mental health, because everyone will accept these titles of depression and anxiety and all that things. But who told you that? The person that told you that has constructed a belief. This belief has entered your mind and has programmed how you think. Now you identify with these titles. Granted, you may have feelings or emotions or thoughts of not feeling good enough, blah, 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 blah. And you may call that depression. But it's really just you being very sad and not doing anything about it. What does the last word in the stream name mean? The last word. Porn? Oh, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. It's the P word, P-O-R-N. It's not the name of anything. Well, yeah, it is, but it's not something like that is not known, like unknown knowledge. Like everyone knows what porn is. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how to mitigate that. We're going to talk about the effects of it. We're going to talk about how it affects you. We're going to talk about my experiences, because that's all I can talk about. I cannot talk about anything that's outside of my experience. The only thing I can talk about is through my experience. So we're going to talk about a whole lot about porn, because I've met a lot of people in my life, and I would call them friends. They have trouble with watching porn, and we're gonna see that. Automod held a message for misogyny. What? Misogyny? Automod. Yanis 541. How to? Oh my. This. I'm not sure if anyone sees your stream or your chat. Not sure. And I'm also not sure why Automod blocked it, because I actually don't have any restrictions in my chat, because I think all things can be said, even if it's hate, because we will construct the hate into positivity. That is what we do. But no, this is not a stream on how to get girls. It's not. That is not what I am here to tell you. I'm not here to tell you guys that. I'm trying to tell you guys how to help you with maybe stopping the porn, because other people have come to me and talk about how they have an addiction, or maybe that they want to stop it. And I want to talk about my experiences. But when it comes to drugs, what you need to understand, but we got a whole lot of things to talk about today. We got a whole lot of things to talk about. And this is not just antidepressants and things for mental health. No, this is also pertaining to escapes in terms of weed, in terms of psychedelics, in terms of Oxycontin, in terms of codeine, in terms of lean, in terms of all those drugs. What we need to understand, this is for the people who don't want to do it. Not saying everybody needs to stop. You guys do you. But here is the thing, and here's the thing. This is all I provide. All I provide to you is advice to help you realize things about yourself that you already know. If you have the time to hit a blunt, and yes, I used to smoke weed. I stopped. I'll tell you what, we're gonna talk about weed because it's very common. Now, you need to understand that if you live a life where you depend on something, an herb, to help you become better and get to your goals, then I don't see what's the problem with it, as long as it doesn't break the bank too hard. But if it hinders you and it slows you down, then you need to start looking at ways on how to stop that addiction. Or not addiction, habit. And we're gonna go over many ways on how you can stop it. I'm gonna go over ways on how I stopped it, because I stopped it for a while now, and I'm gonna tell you how I do it. I use my mind. I don't use willpower. There's no point in using willpower all the time. It just makes more and more problems and more stress. Sometimes you can manipulate your mind, your own mind, to do things in your favor, and we're gonna talk about that. So if anyone has a problem, maybe they want to stop smoking weed, maybe they want to stop smoking drugs, maybe they want to stop doing Adderall, maybe they want to stop it. Look, what you need to do is you need to realize the problem as to why you spend time with that is because you have time for it. Let me give you an example. And it's going to get real simple. It's going to get real simple, and then I'll give a concept that someone can understand. If I want to go, let me pull up my phone real quick, or this thing that they call a phone. If I want to go on Instagram, right? I want to go on instant gram of cocaine to your brain. Instant gram. It's a drug, y'all. They literally tell y'all instant gram. Anyway, if I want to go on Instagram, I have to have time for it. I have to have time for a distraction. I have to have time for Instagram. But if you are too busy, if you are doing too many things that is working towards what you want to do, how can you go on a distraction? If you have an appointment with the bank at 5, but then you got to work out at 6, then you got to go on a podcast at 7, then you got to go pick up the kids maybe at 9, then you got to go talk to a friend and maybe do a business meeting at 3 p.m. How do you have time for this? Problem is, you're not busy enough. You're not doing enough things. I'm not telling you guys to just do random things and fill your day. I'm trying to tell you guys you need to find the goals that you need to do. If you had an hour to live, what would you do? That is a clear indicator as to what it is that you need to do. You have goals. People have goals. You're trying to do something in this life. Otherwise, you want to be here. If you don't want to be here, then you can sit in the couch and do nothing. But for some reason, here on this hell planet, this random planet, some reason we're here. Some reason. You need to make it worthwhile. You have something you want to do. So if you are constantly working on what it is that you want to do, it doesn't matter what it is, you will not have time for drugs. You will not have time for Instagram. You will not have time for social media. You will not have time for anything that is separate from that. So if you are smoking weed, you are doing any of those drugs, make yourself too busy to even be present with it. Now, here's another thing though, because I think there has to be more things done. That's one thing I did to mitigate it, but there is more things I implemented. Now, a lot of people, they'll go to the drugs for the escape. You want to escape the present situation because the present situation is maybe too stressful, or the present situation you just can't handle. And while that may be your situation, maybe it's not, doesn't matter. You guys know your situation. You have to face it. This is what I see with men. And really, because we live a lot of stressful lives. We do. We have so much society pressure onto us. We don't have as much advantages as the other gender. We have more expectations on us. We put more expectations on ourselves. We are not forgiven for a lot of things the other gender is. So there's a lot of things that we have to do as men subconsciously. So there's a lot of pressure. And yeah, maybe you want to escape. But here's the thing. If you are going to do it, you need to have a reason. You need to have a reason. And this is one of the things that helped me stop it. If you don't have a reason, you will never stop it. But if you have a reason, I know, look, hear me out on this. If you have a reason as to why you want to stop, and it's clear and it actually makes sense, then you will actually start to see and question if that reason is in line with doing it. So I had a reason for smoking weed. I used to smoke weed in the past. I have nothing against weed, but then it started to be interesting. I had a reason in the past because whenever I smoked weed, my spiritual prowess would heighten. I would be able to create more creative things. So I used to make music. And before I would make music, though, I would, hit the blunt. But what ended up happening was my most popular songs. Y'all don't know the Noisy Fox music. The ones that's playing now, it's come on in, my most popular, the most best performing, Done High. So I had a reason, because in the end, it would help me and other people, because my music is very meditative and it's very relaxing, and it strikes a different part of your brain that focuses on meditation. So when you listen to my music, you're going to be influenced to meditate, you're going to be influenced to relax, you're going to be influenced to want to calm down. And actually, one person was telling me that they were on the verge of suicide, but then they heard my most recent song and they said it saved their life. So that was really powerful. But the point is, you need to have a reason. Now that reason kept me doing it. It kept me doing it, but then it stopped. What started to happen was when I did it, I got lazy. I got really lazy. I didn't even want to create. I got lazy. I couldn't do any work done. So now it stopped fulfilling my reason. So now instead of doing it because I want to, because it helps me and helps other people in turn, and it stops doing it, now I don't have a reason to do it anymore because it didn't fulfill my reason. It didn't fulfill my reason to do it. So now I don't have a reason to do it. So now the only thing I can do is put it away. You need to have a reason as to why you're doing it. It cannot be just to an escape. It cannot be, because if your reason to do it is to try and to escape, you need to escape into your work. You need to escape into your goals. You need to escape into your skills that you're developing. You need to escape into self-improvement. That's what you need to escape into. Because if you just try to escape in that world, if you just try to, you will never get out. So now you're just stuck in this limbo world that drugs gives you. Why? You came here for some reason. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why you came here. It just matters that you are here. Winterface, YouTube, you're annoying. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I know there are a lot of people who love that annoyance, so I appreciate that. But you need to understand that if you have any reason as to what you are doing in terms of drugs, make it valid. Especially with weed. So if you want to stop the drugs, another thing that I want to implement, which I did implement, and this helped me to stop it, because there are a lot of things I think you need to implement to stop it, depending on how bad it is. You need to hide it. Now hold on. Before anyone's like, whoa, hide it, what are you talking about? Look, I'll give y'all a little trick. Let me get a little prop. Okay. I don't know why I have this here. This. Let's say this is some drugs. Let's call it some pills. Let's call it some pills. Whatever. Let's say this is some drugs. If these drugs or whatever, if these, imagine this is drugs. Imagine, just imagine. YouTube Shamir Nagur. Thank you. Hey. Hey. Thumbs up. Hell yeah. If you imagine these are drugs, right? Let's imagine. Imagine this is your escape, your drugs. If all you do is look at it every day, you're going to have a thought sometime during the day to interact with that drug. So this is what I did. And this is actually based off of my book. This is based off of my book, How to Get What You Want Using Belief. I'm so proud of my book. Y'all tap in. Eventually I'm gonna do a little discount. If you guys are subscribed on the YouTube channel or you got a follow in the Twitch, I'm gonna do a huge discount code because y'all are amazing. I'm gonna do a huge discount code. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a huge discount code, everybody in the Twitch, because it's a really profound book. It helps me in so many avenues. One of them, that book, my literal book, has helped me to stop drugs, to stop doing weed. So what I did was I manipulated my mind to make it believe it's not there. And I call this concept proof. If the thing that you want to stop, if the drug you want to stop is constantly in front of you, then what happens is your mind is processing that it exists. Proof it exists is because it's in front of you. So here's what I did. I stopped wanting to stop the weed. I stopped it. I literally made it disappear from my mind because it's not in front of me anymore. Shamir Nagur, I saw your shorts. I subscribed. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. See, y'all gotta get the discount code. I gotta put out a discount code. That's what I'm gonna do. If your evidence of it existing is in front of you, then your mind will always be thinking about it. So here's what I did. I made it so hard to even think about making it possible to interact with this. So what I did was I got the weed. I buried it. I buried it in my closet so far deep under all these boxes and all this electronics and all these clothes. It would probably take me an hour to even access it. So now my brain is like, hold on, I wake up and I don't see it. Does it exist? Serious, this is what happens. Your brain is like questioning, does it exist? Does it exist? Is it in my reality? Is it in my reality? And if you have a memory that it does exist, your brain's gonna be like, oh my God, I gotta do all these steps. I gotta lift up the boxes. I gotta get out the clothes. I gotta turn on the light. I gotta unbury it from the boxes. I gotta pull out all this electronics. I gotta do all this. I gotta find it. That's just so much work. Your brain's gonna be like, oh, you know what I'd rather do? I'd rather work on my goals. I'd rather work on my work. I'd rather work on things that are important. If you make your goals and what it is you want to do, your skills that you're working on, if you make those more important and more accessible and more easy to start than drugs, your brain's gonna be like, fuck the drugs. This is proof. Proof says if the thing in front of you is in your senses, it exists. Let me give you all a better example. Let me get my guitar real quick. So, I played guitar for 8 months straight, every day, by using this technique. What I did was, I was like, okay, how can I discipline myself? How can I program my mind to play the guitar? So what I did, I stopped because it just stopped being important. I used it for all my songs in my guitar, but it stopped being important. I like doing things that have fruitful progress, if that makes sense. So what I did was 8 months straight, what I did was I put it in front of me constantly. When I wake up, the first thing I do when I wake up is see my guitar. So my mind's like, okay, playing guitar exists. Okay, But instead of putting it in the closet where maybe I can see it, what I did was I just put it right by my bed. I don't have to do any work. All I have to do is reach my arm. Just get to it. The hardest thing to do is start. Once you start, it's go time, baby. You have to start. If you want to exercise, you have to start. The way how you start is you have to constantly remind your brain it exists. It's crazy how if it's not in your senses, it actually doesn't exist in your mind. It has to be a memory. It has to be a memory like, oh my God, now I have to do that thing. Like, oh my God. But the more and more you see something, the more and more it starts to become real. I have $100 bill, fake, okay? The YouTube revenue is not nice. Copy money. It's still programming me. Like money's real. Like, you know, money, I like money. Money is constantly in my mind because it's real, it's programmed. And I put these around me to program my mind. You can program your mind with programs on the outside to feed your mind. This is proof. Proof says if it's in your senses, it must be real. So if you want to get a six-pack, if you want to get stronger muscles, if you want to get bigger biceps, you want to get ripped, jacked. I'm not a fitness coach here, but I do have those results. I don't want to flex on anybody, but what I'm going to tell you is what I did. You need to every day see that what you want to do is real. It's not real unless you see, smell, hear it, or taste it. It's not real. But if you wake up every day and see your dumbbell, you see your yoga mat, you see your workout equipment, it's real. So now you can start. Every single day I wake up and I see my exercise equipment right there. I don't have to do nothing. Gym. Why gym? Screw gym. Takes in all that work. Remember, we're trying to make things more accessible. The things you don't want to do, make it so hard to start. Your brain will like that. One of the reasons why people don't want to do day 2 at the gym is because it is so much work to drive to the gym. You have to get dressed. You have to put on deodorant. You have to get all your equipment. You have to get in your car. And if your car doesn't have gas, then you gotta get gas. You gotta turn on the car. You gotta wait for it to warm up. You gotta drive 1 mile to the gym, possibly 2, possibly 3. You gotta go on the front desk and actually be social. Then you gotta find an equipment. Get out of my face with all that work. It's not you. People are lazy. We're lazy, but use that laziness as a weapon. If you can use it and utilize it to make you better, it will be better for you. Use your laziness. I don't think laziness is a problem. It has helped me so much. If you are lazy with the things that you don't want to do, then how is laziness harmful? That's what I program my mind to do. Be lazy with things that is bullshit. Be lazy with things that are bullshit, and don't be lazy with things that is not bullshit. Or actually, rather, if I put my dumbbell right in front of me, be lazy with the things that you do want, and be very, very not lazy with the things that you don't want. I don't want to dig through boxes and boxes and clothes and electronics just for something I need. Only reason I kept it there is because I might use it later for something else. But what I would recommend everyone to do, if you have no other reason later, go in your yard, dig a hole with a shovel, bury it, or just throw it out. Make it simple. Make it whatever you gotta do. Make sure it doesn't exist. My brain does not want to dig. I have a reason for it very much later. I don't throw away good product. It's a waste. It has a use later, but not for me. Not for me. But in your situation, if you have drug, maybe you want to stop doing any drug. You need to make it so hard to access it. Use your laziness as a weapon. Everyone has some sort of laziness. There's laziness is embedded in us. I mean, come on. At this point, I think everyone has a webcam. I think everyone at this point has some degree of laziness. Even the most disciplined people, some degree. They're not lazy every day. There's maybe some pushback. Use that pushback to serve you. So, make it hard. Bury it, or just throw it away. Throw it away. You're not gonna go to a trash compactor. You're not gonna go to the dump. So here's another thing, right? Proof is so powerful. I use this every day with everything. Drugs, right? Let's say that doesn't help enough. Maybe you're the type to go to the dispensary or go to some other place, talk to your plug. If you have a plug, delete the number. Delete the number, block it, make sure you can't add it. Delete all avenues of attention that takes your attention and says, hey, buy my drugs. Because what you will find is that the more and more it's out of your sight, out of your senses, it doesn't exist. So if the principle of it not existing is always there, how are you gonna do it? Exactly. It can't. I cannot use something if it doesn't exist. It has to not exist in your brain. If it doesn't exist in your brain, it doesn't exist in your reality. Think about that, y'all. It goes back to what I was saying before. This is a mouse because someone else told me and I believed it was a mouse. But is it actually a mouse? How is this? I can grab it, I think. I mean, what is it? What is anything? Everything is a product of your belief, programmed from the outside world into your world. Everything. Nothing actually is. It's all a belief. If I tell everyone the sky is blue, the sky becomes blue. But there will be a group of people that think the sky is red, so the sky becomes red for them. So, everything is based on belief. The only reason 2 + 2 is 4 is because everyone believes it is 4. Even if there is evidence, even if there is real world evidence, evidence can only influence more belief. I can give you so much proof as to something, so much proof, but it's not true unless you believe it. It's not. I don't think there is universal truths. I believe that there is only individual beliefs that come together and they make a universally, socially accepted truth. Another example of how this is true. Look, at first we used to believe there was 2 genders. Now what we got going on, y'all? What we got going on now? I'm a potato chip. I identify as a frog. I identify as a spoon. I identify as a chapstick. I identify as a glass. You see what I'm talking about? So even the truth of man and woman has been convoluted. It's all belief. Nothing you know is truth. It's all a belief. So if everything is belief, then make the things that you want to happen in your life constantly bombarding your mind with evidence that it can happen. Proof influences belief, belief influences action, and action provides results. You cannot do anything if you do not believe in it. So you have to put it in front of your senses all the time, 24/7, constantly, into your mind, into your senses, to make your mind believe it is possible. When your mind believes it is possible, make it so easy to start, you will get it. I guarantee it. Another thing, this is why you guys gotta get the book, because I cannot cover the book in just a couple hours. Lifetime. It's crazy amounts of information. I mean, it's 18 years of my life in one book. It's crazy. It's crazy how I can just create that. I'm not trying to advertise. I'm trying to give you a genuine solution to drug addiction. You want to stop it. You need to make sure you don't believe in it. If you don't want to believe in it, make it not bombard your senses. Bury the darn thing. Throw it out. Oh, the dispensary is only 5 minutes away. Take money out of your account and put it somewhere else so that you're literally too broke to even go. Do something to make sure that you cannot access it. That's actually a real world thing that I've done. If I don't want something, I literally make myself too broke to afford it, too poor to afford it. What I do is I get rid of the money. I put it somewhere else. Oh, I can't afford it. Gone. The money's gone. I can't afford it. Gone. Can't afford it. Do something. You have to do something. Your goal is to make it so inaccessible, it doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. But that is your goal. Don't use willpower. Your willpower is useless. Actually, no, wrong. Willpower is not useless. Willpower can only be used when you have past records of establishing discipline. Otherwise, willpower will not work. Willpower will not work if you are not disciplined. It will not work. So what you need to do is you need to use your mind to manipulate your life. Everything you must realize is created with your mind. That is one thing. Let me get rid of my guitar over there, because I don't like it in this spot. I mean, it makes the background not look like so Gucci, you know? Should I put Gucci in the background, y'all? Should I put Gucci in the background? Should I put Gucci in the background? Hell no. You know what we gotta do? We're gonna put Noisy Pot. Yes! Yes! We need a banner with the fox icon. Hold on, I don't even have the fox icon on here. I thought I had the fox icon. Oh well, I don't have the fox icon anymore. We need the fox icon back. But we need that. We need the banner. So you need to make sure everything that you don't want to do is so inaccessible it doesn't exist. That's what I got to say about the drugs. But you know, I also want to go into that further. You see, when it comes to discipline, what we're on this channel for is to make everyone better. We're on this channel to talk about self-improvement. We're on this channel to complete our goals. We're on this channel to make a community of people who are like-minded to get to a certain goal. We're all about improvement here. You cannot get somewhere without consistency. Discipline is a wide range of a lot of hard feats to acquire. It's not just one thing. Consistency is part of that range of discipline. So you have discipline here, and then you have different lines that connect to different aspects of life to do something. One thing that discipline points to is consistency. What I want to help with you guys is, and how I do it, because it is very hard to be disciplined. One of the easiest ways to practice discipline is a habit, okay? It's not just something you do. We need to stop thinking willpower is the answer. If it's not going to, because not everybody has willpower. Not everybody has that. Not everybody's that strong, and that's okay. If you don't have the willpower, you need to look at a different alternative. So this is why I look at hacking. Now I have both ways. I can be very tenacious. I can have that tenacity, or I can use my mind to hack life. There is ways to hack life, and I went into it on my previous stream on a great way on how to hack learning, learn quicker than everybody else. It's fantastic. But one thing with discipline is that it's not something you acquire. It's more like something you build, like a habit. The easiest way, or not really the easiest way, there's probably an easier way, but this is how I've done it. You need to establish past record evidence to your subconscious mind that you are not a quitter. This is how you build the habit. So for example, how do you do that, Noisy Fox? Wake up. I'm giving y'all a genuine solution here. Wake up. Put your mat right in front of you. Just fuck the gym. Fuck the gym. Just screw the gym. Okay, if you are already like 60 days into the gym and you have no problem going to the gym, then this doesn't apply to you. But not everybody has that tenacity. Not everybody has that willpower. Not everybody can do that as easily. So what's in it for me? Like, how can I do it? How can I be disciplined even though he goes to the gym? I'm telling you guys, there's a solution. Wake up every day. Have your mat, something that represents exercise, something. What I do is I have a yoga mat and a pair of dumbbells. You need to have a symbol that represents exercise time. Something that signals to your mind, oh, exercise is this, I gotta do it. What you need to do is you need to wake up. You need to look at that exercise symbol. Make it so easy to start. Remember, the goal is to start. This is how discipline starts. You need to get on the ground and do a push-up. That is it. That's literally it. Because what will happen? It doesn't have to be a push-up. It could be a sit-up. Maybe you don't want to work out your arms. Maybe you want to work out your abs. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Get on the ground and do a push-up. Get on the ground and do a sit-up. It doesn't matter. And only focus on doing one. What you'll see. This is the hacks, y'all. There's always a way for you to accomplish your goals. You can either choose the willpower route or you can choose the hacking route. Hacking is actually way harder because you have to find a way how to hack. Willpower is not easy, but it's the simplest way to go. Because all you just gotta keep going. Hacking though, in this hack, you will find that your brain gets kind of upset and shameful. Oh, I only did one push-up? What's the point of exercising? I'll just do more. Right then and there, you started. You did the hardest thing. Tell your brain, okay, we're just gonna do one push-up. One push-up. Okay, fine. You go on the ground, you do one push-up. Then you're like, what's the point of exercise? I might as well do some more. Don't have a deadline. Don't have a time you're gonna stop. Just start. I promise you, when you start, you have done the hardest thing. And do that every day. Focus on one push-up every single day. What your mind will actually start to do is say, okay, fucking fine. I guess I can't make this guy stop. I might as well just build him up. That is your step to building discipline. You need to build past track records of times you did not quit. That will build your habit of discipline. This is hacking discipline. It's hacking. You could take this route, or you can wake up and say, you know what, I'm gonna do 100 push-ups every day. Not everyone has that, and this is why I created this book. I want to cater to everybody, because everybody knows innately how to willpower. Everyone knows innately, okay, I'm just gonna wake up and 100 push-ups. Everyone knows that. But hacking is definitely harder. So I had to come up with a hack. How can I help everyone get to their goals? Even if they have trouble with willpower. By hacking your brain. Your brain is retarded. I tell this all the time. Your brain is so stupid. It's unbelievable how stupid it is. Extremely smart, but so stupid. And what I mean by stupid is it's easy to manipulate. For example, you know it's not good to eat junk food every day, but yet people still do it. Is the brain fucking retarded? Like, shouldn't the brain be like, I know it's not good to eat. I'll just do it anyway. Fucking retarded? No. And notice how I separate you from the brain. Notice how I say, is the brain retarded and not you? Notice that. I hope you guys caught that. I did that on purpose because I want you to know that the brain, this thing, this bundle of trans fats and saturated and polyunsaturated and monosaturated, blah, 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 pile of fat in your skull. Different from you. It's very different from you. How do you know it's different from you? If you sit in your room and think, who the hell is watching your thoughts? Is your brain monitoring itself? No, because the brain is this convoluted thing of fat in your brain. Is that thing you? Are you just a pile of fat monitoring its thoughts? Are you? I don't think so. Someone is observing your thoughts. That you, whatever that you is able to observe those thoughts. Same thing if you're into spirituality. If you're into astral projecting, you can actually observe your astral body projecting. You can see the spiritual world, physical and spirit and mental. So there's something outside of you, whatever this you is, that's able to see everything. You are the observer of your thoughts. You are not you. So with this understanding, if you keep showing past proof and evidence to your brain, because remember, your brain is retarded. I'm not trying to knock anybody, but this is honestly what I found. Brain is stupid. It's easy to manipulate. So manipulate yourself. I saw that he did it every day. I'll just do it. That's literally what the brain is. Oh, I saw that you did it on July 30th to August 15th. I guess we're going to keep doing it. It doesn't know what you want. It only looks at what is. This date, you did that. This date you did that. This date you did that. This date you did that. So I guess, okay, we're just gonna keep going. It doesn't care about the thoughts that is being produced. Like, for example, I don't like working out. I fucking hate it. Absolutely horrible. Absolutely brings like a damper on my day in the beginning. But I do it anyway. Before I have those, sometimes, before I work out, sometimes I'll have thoughts, man, I don't want to do this. Your brain is not looking at that. Your brain is only looking at the outcome. So even though you're having these thoughts, who is the only one looking at those thoughts? You. You're the only one worrying about your thoughts. Your brain is only paying attention to what you do, because your brain keeps like a track record. It's like an assistant. What's the word? It's like a personal assistant. Honestly, it could go into so many realms, because how I found discipline, how I find it works is it's literally just a habit. It's a habit of many different things. That's what I'm talking about in terms of that spider thing. It discipline's here, and then discipline branches off into so many things that make up what discipline is, because discipline is not just one thing. It's a whole markup of a lot of things. It's a habit of all those things. So if you want to get a six-pack, or you want to hit the gym, or you want to get bigger, the first thing you need to do is you need to start in your room. Don't worry about the gym. Don't worry about that. You need to start simple as possible now. You need to wake up. You need to think now. Just one push-up. When you start, you will see starting becomes easier because you're already in the process. And after 30 days, you have built up a habit. And then you'll go into something called the flow state. Flow state is where everything's just over. It's crazy. We're gonna go into porn after this. Okay. After this flow state. But I want to talk about this. What's the flow state? Flow state is basically when your mind is in a state of complete and utter immersion in the present moment. And it starts omitting different brain waves. So usually when you're like happy and like full of energy and full of thinking and problem solving, you're omitting beta waves. When you're sleeping, you are omitting alpha and delta waves. When you're dreaming, you're omitting theta brain waves. When you go into the flow state, your brain is omitting alpha and delta waves. It's the same ones that is omitted during meditation. So these brain waves calm down your brain. They calm down you into the full present moment. Literally, you are not closing your eyes and sleeping, but you're so immersed in the project, you're omitting the same brainwaves you are when you're sleeping. It's kind of like you're sleeping in your project. You're sleeping in the moment, but you're so focused on the project. You ever experience that where they have the saying in the zone? in the zone. It doesn't mean that you're so necessarily, what's the word? Passionate about something. You don't have to be passionate about something to be in a flow state. You need to relax, because what happens is when you relax, your mind becomes more apt to going into the flow state. You need to relax and you need to go in this project. You need to be present with this project. Otherwise, you're not going to go in the flow state. So how do you get in the flow state? What you need to do is you need to start. Everything start from there. That is what I do all the time. If I want to enter the flow state on something, I just start. Because I could tell you a process on how to go in the flow state, but it's too much work. Again, we're trying to make things as least problematic and less steps for the brain, because the brain is lazy. The brain is not too smart. We want to make things easy to start so that we can trick our mind into just going along with it. Oh, I did one push-up. Well, I thought you said we were going to do one push-up, but now I feel like I don't really did enough, so I might as well do some more. That's what's going to happen, y'all. Who is going to wake up and do just one push-up and then start the day? No one's going to do that. Doesn't even make sense. You exercise for a result on your body. You know one push-up is not going to do anything, but you started. So you're going to be like, one push-up. Why not just do some more? 2, 3. Let me see how many I can do. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then you're tired. 10. Then you're tired. Then you might even get more motivation. So now all of a sudden you went from 1 push-up to 30. And you didn't have any forcing on yourself at all. And here's what you do. If you have time where you just do 1 push-up, and that's fine. Honestly, that's fine. I just say that's fine. But it's very rare that's going to happen. Once you start, everything becomes easier. And now you are developing discipline. You need to develop a track record to your brain that says, you know what, I have my credentials. I can do this, I did this, and I never gave up. And then your brain is like, okay, fine, I won't try and hinder you anymore. Let's just do it. You have to prove to yourself you are worthy of that habit. And you have to do this by proving a track record. So just make a track record of times you did not give up, and you will start to develop discipline in terms of tenacity, in terms of consistency, in terms of those realms. There's different realms of discipline, like not wanting to go out because you need to focus on your goals. That is emotional control. That is learning in terms for men. That is learning how to say no to females. That is a whole different realm of discipline. Okay, it's a whole different realm. But in terms of tenacity and consistency, in terms of completing your goals, if you want to establish discipline in that realm, you need to develop a track record of times you did not give up. And then you will start to see that your brain will start to become more in agreement with what you are doing. It will stop trying to hinder you. It'll actually start to say, yeah, let's do this. Yeah. So your brain has to be on board on it. And how you do that, you make your brain, you just manipulate it. Manipulate brain. It's not smart. The brain is not smart. It's stupid. It's smart, extremely intelligent, but it's stupid. It's like a double whammy. It's weird, odd. It's so easy to influence the brain and manipulate it. But in the end goal, who makes the decision? You. Whatever you is, whatever that is, you make the decision to do everything. So you have to make the decision to do 1 push-up. Then when your brain is on board with it, when your brain is on board with your 1 push-up, you're going to start doing more. Why I started with exercise is because exercise is the easiest thing to relate to everybody. You know, everyone can relate to the physical world. Everyone can relate to what a push-up is. Everyone can relate to what a sit-up is. So that's why I started with exercise. I'm not saying everyone needs a six-pack, even though I think every man should have some sort of physical prowess. I think it's important, but not everybody agrees with that, and that's fine. But if you want to establish discipline in terms of consistency and tenacity with anything, develop a track record with push-ups. Develop a track record with exercise. And when your brain sees that track record of exercise, it'll be so much easier to start that business. It'll be so much easier to start that Twitch channel. It'll be so much easier to beat that game or whatever. It'll be so much easier to do whatever. Start that side hustle, get that job. It'll be so much easier because you have a track record. You need to build a track record. When you build a track record, then the discipline will come in terms of tenacity and consistency. You will be more consistent with things when you develop a track record. Now your brain is on board with it. Once your brain is on board with it, you're good. You're good. So that is one of the biggest things I want to say, because people may be having trouble with discipline. There you go. Hack your brain. Instead of trying to have that willpower, hack it. It takes too long to try and have the willpower and build the willpower. That may not be your character. That may not be who you are. You may not be the person who's gotta get it. I want it now. You may not be that. You may be the person who's like, okay, how can I get to where I want to be? Different way. You may just be different. You don't have to be like everyone else that says, gotta get it, gotta work. You don't have to be like that. You are you. So I gave you guys a little loophole, a little way, a little shortcut. No, not a shortcut. It's not a shortcut because it's not easy, actually. It's not easy. I mean, I make it sound easy because I'm doing it, but it's not easy. Nothing's easy. Hacking your brain is definitely not easy. There's so many different ways you can do it. All the principles in my book I speak about, I always do. Always using the principles in my book. I've read it so much time, but I think when I get it paperback, I'm gonna read it some more because it's just profound. But that is one thing. If you want to establish discipline, we got so much to talk about, y'all. Another thing. This is on the same thing with discipline, actually. And the same thing, actually, with proof. In terms of drugs and stuff. Porn is like a drug. It is. Now, I can say, I used to watch a lot of porn. I used to watch it every night. But I didn't do the deed. Like, I didn't twinkle the feather. I didn't do that. I was weird. I would just sit on my bed and just watch it. So weird. I didn't get introduced into porn until 9th grade. I was, 15? Very late. I didn't know what it was before that. My friend showed it to me. And I'm like, whoa, this is kind of cool. So I just sat there and I just looked at it. Then I met this female who I did very interesting activities with. And that kind of catalyst into the first time I twinkled the feather. Why am I talking about this? I'm kidding. I set up this, I was trying to, because I'm getting to a point. Point is, it's strictly attention. Porn. A lot of people, innately, porn is not good for you. You know it. You do it, and then you feel guilty. Then you're like, why did I do this? The whole 9 yards. You guys know this. And if you don't do it, props to you. But I guarantee you there are a lot of people who do it. How do I know a lot of people are doing it? There's a market out there. If you go on Twitch, hot tubs and boob part. What the fuck? What? That shocked me when I first saw it. Seeing females dress half naked on Twitch for clout, that bothers me. Because now Twitch has become a porn site. Why? Because people are becoming more and more addicted to a fantasy. If you have the urge to ever want to do it, you need to say no. And you need to also imply the principles of it not being so easy to access. So what I would say is, anybody with a porn addiction, whatever, anybody who wants to stop watching porn. I even watched porn when I had a girlfriend. But again, I didn't twinkle the feather. I just watched it, and I had a girlfriend who was weird. And she would be so upset with me. Don't watch it. Just talk to me. Like, no, but this is so cool. Like, look what they're doing. I tried to show her. I literally tried to show her like it was some anime. I was that guy. Still weird. But with anybody, if you want to stop it, you need to say no. Because there will be, here's what happens first. You have an urge. You're like, oh my gosh, I have an urge. You have to have an urge to do it. You have to have an urge to do it. You need to say no. What I like to do, I like to shake my head. Say no, no, no. Or another thing is, at least this is what happened for me. What it would happen was, the urge would come, and then we're all men here, most of us. All of us, if not all of us, I'm pretty sure we're all men. I mean, the analytics say it's mostly men. Some females come, but it'd be kind of awkward for a female to hear this. But, you know, if there are females out there who are listening to this stream, cool. Anyway, if you feel that urge, you need to get up. Now, I can only speak for the men. I'm not a female, so I don't have a vagina. And, you know, you see the soldier standing up, ready to fight strong. You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know the analogy. Get up, go to the bathroom, and pee. You're doing something else with that urge. It'll make you forget. You don't want to do that. So now you're not motivated by the urge. Now what you need to do is you need to hide your phone. During this time when you have the urge, you need to make sure it cannot be accessed. Hide your phone. Pick up the phone. Turn it off. Turn off the phone instantly. Just turn it off as quick as possible. Turn off the phone. Put it under the bed. Put it under bed. Turn it off. On your computer. And work. You have to fill up your time. This is what you have to do. Whenever you feel an urge, you need to have a mission. The mission is not to fulfill the urge. The mission is to make the outcome hard to access. The outcome, you want to get rid of the urge. Well, how are you going to get rid of the urge? Well, twinkle the feather. Okay, well, if I don't want to twinkle the feather because I know the outcome and I know the responses and I know that it's not good, then how can I not twinkle the feather? Okay, well, first, to twinkle the feather, I have to pick up my phone. So the phone is the enemy. Get rid of the phone. Turn it off. Put it under bed. Now you can't access it. Because it's so many steps. Because if you ever have the thought of doing it, the brain's gonna be like, oh my God, I gotta get up. I gotta stop what I'm doing. I gotta stop my work. I gotta get up. I gotta turn on my phone. I gotta find my phone under the bed. Just for what? 30 minutes of twinkling the feather? What? It's gonna sound so unattractive to the mind. So the mind's gonna be like, I don't need that. The next thing you know, 20 minutes later, you're uninterested. So I would recommend do that with everyone. You know, if you want to stop the porn. Now, Yanis541. Not sure why it took away the comment, but he said, or I'm not assuming that you're in here. I don't know what role you play or gender, but Yanis541 said how to bleep any girl. No, that's not what this is about. I'm not telling you how to have sex with females, but here's what I will say. Here's what I will say about porn. Porn is an attention prison. This is the new term I've actually started using when it comes to information, because a lot of people, they'll scroll on shorts, they'll watch things on their shorts, just scroll, and someone will talk about how to close $40 million in sales, And then they'll be talking, you'll be listening to the short, and then freaking forget it. You'll scroll to the next short, forgot it. Now you don't know how to close $40 million in sales. That's what a lot of people do. So, what porn does is it's strictly an attention place. It's strictly an attention economy. It entraps your mind in its wake with attention. It has all these females and all these rails and all these pictures portraying a picture that is to get your attention. So if you constantly are looking at that, you're scrolling through, you are in its prison, because it is trying to put you in a prison. It's an attention prison. If you keep going into that prison, then you are going to only be active with that. So get away from the prison, because that is what it is. It is an attention prison. Now, people may say, oh, there's nothing wrong with whacking off. Fine. Anyone can say that. Anyone can say there's nothing wrong with twinkling the feather. But what porn does is it puts you in an attention prison. And it gives you a fantasy. For all the guys out there, I promise you, having a relationship with a regular woman in real life is a gajillion times better than the phone screen. Gajillion times. What you need to do is you need to go. In every experience you have outside with every female, it doesn't matter if they're ugly, it doesn't even matter. And literally try to talk to them, get their number, just practice, get rejected. You will find that the more and more you do this, the more and more you get better at it. Your goal is not to have sex, but your goal is to figure out how to get a girlfriend. That's honestly what it is. A lot of people, they're scared of the female. Don't be scared of the female. You're scared of the outcome. You're scared of getting rejected. You need to get rejected a lot of times to see what it's like. Not only see what it's like, but also get better at it. So you need to keep doing that in order to finally maybe close a deal. I like to look at it as sales. Basically selling myself, selling my value, selling what I have to offer to the female. And she has to buy my product. She has to buy my service. She has to buy my business. So you have to learn that through trial and error. You have to learn that through getting rejected and all that. Do not rely on the phone screen. I promise you. Real life is a gajillion times better than the phone screen. The phone screen will not give you near as better experience as real life. I met a guy. He was at another job. Do I have... Oh, is there coffee in here? Oh, there's no coffee in here. Let me get my water. I was at job, right? Drink your 2 liters of water every day, guys. Oh no, this is actually 1 liter. Then I drink a gallon of water every day. I recommend this. So recommend this. It has like the times. I don't care about the times. I just drink. Your body's thirsty? Drink. But I drink a gallon of water every day. But I met this guy. Story of my life. At a job, and he was 26. And we had a conversation. And somehow we got on the conversation of relationships. And he said, I never had a girlfriend. That moment, I was like, damn it. How has he lived this long? Does he know what he's missing out on? He said, I never had a girlfriend. And I asked him, why? And he's like, well, because I'm too fat. No females want me. And I'm like, no, I don't think that's the problem. I think your problem is confidence. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to a bar. We're going to talk to every female. We're going to build your confidence. We're going to train you to be more confident because your problem is confidence. And he's like, yeah, but I don't want to do that. I'm like, why? And he's like, well, because I just want a female who's going to be my friend. And then I asked him, what is a friend? And then he couldn't answer the question. He went back in circles with all these other random definitions he could find in his head. Point is, he didn't know what the heck he wanted. Which is fine for him. But what's going to happen is he's going to get older and older and older. And it's going to be 10 times harder. Because females are going to be like, this guy, fuck, he's 30. Never had a girlfriend. Why would I want him? Don't be like that. So you must practice. Even if your goal is not sex. What will happen is when you practice and you start learning why you get rejected, what is happening, why she didn't talk to you, why she didn't give you a phone number, whatever the point is, you will start to learn how more and more to interact with females. I do this all the time. I don't have a goal to have sex with females. I don't have that goal. It's useless. Why? Why go out around and twinkle the feather inside of heaven's gates? Why? It's unnecessary, but it is training. The world is training. It is a constant training movement. I'm always training. Talk to the ugly female, Talk to the female who's not really desired by everyone because of her looks. Doesn't matter. Talk to everybody. And your goal is to train to get something. Now, this something is either a phone number, either a date, doesn't matter. But it's up to you if you want to take it into the goal of dating. I don't recommend it depending on how busy you are. What I found is that whenever I talk to females, I don't have a goal of dating them. I don't have a goal of having sex. I don't have that goal. Just want to, talk to you. So I'm training. And I would like your number. I would like the opportunity. What I found is that if you talk to everybody, you'll know more people than everyone else. So it's like there will be a room of females, and some of them will be cute, some of them will be beautiful, some of them will be gorgeous, some of them will be 5. I actually don't like females for looks. I like them for their mind. The female's intelligent. That's attractive to me. I don't care about looks. So I just want to set that straight before someone starts trying to knock me with some, you misogynistic. Shut up. Honestly, shut up. But there will be a group of females in any room. You need to talk to all of them. Talk to them. Practice flirting. Practice charm. Practice all of that. Because your ability to do that, your ability to get rejected, your ability to practice that will help you be more confident later. When you establish the confidence, you will be more confident in getting a girlfriend, having a relationship with someone. You will be more confident in that. And you will start to see that instead of going on the phone screen and looking at porn, you can just talk to women. Do it in real life. On your own time, if that's what you want to do. You need to build up confidence. You need to talk to more and more people. Your goal has to be clear though. If your goal is to have sex, you need to know why it is, and you need to look at the benefits, and you need to understand why you're doing it. You cannot just go around having sex for no reason. It's not profitable to you. It's not beneficial at all. Trust me, I've known people. I know someone who I think had sex with 13 women, and he is 21, had sex with 13 women. More than literally half his age. Had sex with 13 women, I think more, because I haven't spoken to him in a while. He's probably had sex with more. But the point is, all it gave him was sexual experience. But now, a lot of those females, they don't see him in that positive way. Like, he talked to them, fucked them, and then left. So it's like the females, you know, they see you as just some playboy or whatever. But while that may be good, because there are advantages to learning, how much time have you wasted when you could have been working on your goals? How much time? It takes a lot of time to talk to females. It takes a lot of time in terms of trying to have sex with them, trying to be their girlfriend. Don't try and be everyone's girlfriend. Don't do that. Waste of time. Try and be just with one female if you're gonna have a girlfriend. But don't. It's a waste of time to just try to have sex with everybody. It's a waste of time. It's lustful. It's weird. It's honestly not necessary. You don't need to do that. So you need to develop some type of boundaries. You know? You need to have some type of boundaries. So what do you want? How to mitigate porn? Go out in real life, talk to every female you find. Doesn't matter if they're ugly or cute. Talk to them, get rejected, repeat. Get rejected until you don't get rejected. Keep practicing that confidence. Keep it up, because you will find that confidence, and you will find that, oh my God, I don't need porn. I could just talk to a female. Just talk to a female. Text someone. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And then you'll find, you know, it's way better. It's way better. It's a way better investment of your time, because you're training. Instead of trying to get to a goal of just having bed with them, you're now training to become a better man, a better charmer, a better relationship person, a better person who can talk to females, a better salesman. I always say that if you can talk to a female and you can talk to a lot of females and they like you, you can sell. You can crush in sales. If you're very good at talking to females, you will be very good in business. You will be very good in selling things as a man. That's just how it is. So you need to try and find some type of boundary with that. So that's what I want to say about the porn, because it's very prevalent in our life. It is very prevalent. And honestly, on Twitch, there's going to be so much bull crap. Hot tubs and poop. Get away from it. It's a trap. It's a trap. Get away from the claws of the attention prison. It's a trap. We're not with the traps. We're not. So that is what I want to say about that. If you guys want to take your life to the next level, hop on over to the Dead Jesters podcast. We did a podcast about modern dating, success, learning to succeed, treating yourself as a business, content creation, how to start it and how to be successful in it. We talked about all of that. Let me pin it. How do I pin things? I can pin it. Pin this message. Unable to pin. Please, something again. Something went wrong. Stupid Twitch, man. Always something going wrong. But head on over to that. I'm gonna post a link right here, which I literally cannot. Great. Fantastic. Oh, I can drag it. Can drag it. Y'all head over to that, watch that. If you want to level up yourself, head over to the Amazon page and check out the new book, How to Get What You Want Using Belief. How to Get What You Want Using Belief. Absolutely epic book. I use all the principles I talked about here. I use it in this book. I use everything I taught myself. I use it and it works perfectly. Everything works perfectly. So with that being said, I hope you guys elevate yourself. way better than everyone. Because someone out there doesn't want you to win. You have to be better. Exceed their expectations. Exceed it. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a good ass day. Hope you guys get some value and insight off this stream. Make sure to come back to the stream, baby. There's tons of value on here, baby. And I'll see you guys. Stream.